super vain, but I want to watch.
How long will this take? How much can I go through? My heart, my soul aches. I don't know what to do. I bend but don't break, and somehow get through. 'Cause I have you. And if I had to crawl, well, you'd crawl too. I stumble and I fall. Carry me through. The wonder of it all is you see me through. Oh Lord, where are you? Do not forget me here. I cry in silence. Can you not see my tears? When all have left me and hope has disappeared, you find me here. And when I have to crawl, well, you crawl too. I stumble and I fall. Carry me through. The wonder of it all is you see me through. When everything I was is lost, I have forgotten, but you have not. When I am lost, you have not lost me. When everything I was is lost, I have forgotten, but you have not. When I am lost, you have not lost me. You have not lost me. And if I had to crawl, well, you'd crawl too. I stumble and I fall. Carry me through. The wonder of it all is you see me through.
Chelsey Reist. Hey girl, hey.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, I mean, how do you feel watching that?
I was like, damn, I'm never happy. I was like, cry, 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 need Botox looking kind of. Oh,
Aww.
so much.
Happy birthday, Sunshine.
Sunshine said that because I was so, I was distraught in our previous girls panel that I was going to get their birthday food.
Aww, that's
And I said
very
only if
sweet.
we inhale it.
The day is young. Yeah, you can tie that on. By the way, in the front row, notice there's a sign that says Harper deserved more
Love
lines.
it. I know.
I think we can all in this room agree to that. Yeah. I think they will agree on a lot of things that are going to come up today in this piano.
right.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure, you betcha.
Like Joe's the best host. I don't know why anyone bothers giving me a microphone.
I know.
We were saying that in the green room.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not about the microphone. About how great you do. You're just out of any con, you're just our favorite.
Thank you. That's very, very sweet. It means a lot. Especially since I don't do this for a living. I do this maybe once a year when you guys go, do you want to do the con? Great. That sounds good. Yes. We're going to do some fan questions from the internet, and there's only a few here, so what I'm going to do is, this room is here for Chelsey, and this room is here to talk about Harper, so we're all going to line up in a few minutes, and not me, but you all are going to line up, and we're going to talk shop. All of you, yes. And at the end, we're actually going to talk about Chelsea's got some projects out right now, and maybe she can talk about some projects coming up in the future. Let's start with that. Let's start with the hopeful stuff.
Well, I'm making a remake of Up.
That's cute.
Thanks.
That's not very good. Yeah.
Projects?
Well,
I don't know. Yeah. So I just did the lead in Benchwarmers 2.
That's exactly what
I want my career to go straight to DVD. No, I'm joking. It was so much fun. I was a fan of the original Benchwarmers. If you haven't seen it, it's just a ridiculous slapstick Adam Sandler comedy. So when I got the audition for number 2, I was like, there's no way I would get this role. These are huge movie stars. And I wrote my lines on paper and I taped them inside a baseball glove. And I was like, and I looked like, kept reading my lines and then doing it. Because I was like, there's just no way that I'm gonna get this. And I ran out of time to prep and then I got it. So I learned my lines. But it was kind of fun because most of the people in my family are lawyers and my younger sister's a lawyer. And I finally got to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
I was like, take that, Mom and Dad.
Did you get any tips from your sister?
Yeah, I kind of just did my character off of her. She's very, very strong-minded, but also very beautiful. She's basically like Elle Woods. Yeah, it was fun. Anyway, yeah, Benchwarmers 2 is out with John Lovitz from SNL and every Adam Sandler movie ever, and his stand-up, and Chris Klein, who was in American Pie and a ton of movies. When my agent told me I got the role, I was like, I'm gonna make out with Chris Pine. She's like, Chris Klein. I'm like, Chris Pine? And then I had to Google it. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take that. No, it was an amazing time. It was so much fun because I'm always dying and sad, so I finally got to do comedy. I did scenes and my director's like, cut. Chelsey, that's not funny. I was like, I don't know what's funny anymore. I know how to die really well. I'm like, I don't know what's funny. He's like, just be normal. Like, don't try to be funny. So I don't know. Luckily, it was a
different muscle.
Yeah. It was a muscle that had long atrophied. Yeah.
Do you have anything else coming up that you could tell anyone about?
So I did, some of you spoke to me about today, I did Narco Leap season 1. And, oh, thank you. And we just got picked up for season 2.
Nice.
And I'm the lead of that TV show, and we're filming it in October. And I still get to play a college student. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, genetics.
So we have some fan questions. At Belle Clark 143 would like to know.
Alexa fan, clearly.
Clearly, yes. What does Harper think the best thing she imparted onto her son is? Aww. Sorry, guys.
The answer that went through my head will not be said out loud. Say it. No. Can imagine. Someone got it. The best. It's interesting because we've never seen that yet. And so it's kind of up to the imagination what she has really, because I feel like the majority of what we've seen is his relationship with his father, because Harper passed away before he did, long before he did. I think knowing what I know of Shannon and what his just incredible empathic ability he will bring to the table is understanding and compassion and passion. And I think that was very important to Harper, and I think that will be carried on.
Okay. Did you, when you and Chris met Shannon, were you like, it's uncanny, he could be your child.
Weird, right?
Like, it's literally both of you.
Is there anyone here that doesn't think he looks like us? Right?
See?
Like, what the hell
The casting director.
I know. So, I didn't know Shannon was going to be on set. I obviously knew they were casting our son, and all of a sudden Shannon was in the makeup trailer for a makeup test. And I walked up and I was like, and he was like, Mom? Swear to God, that's his first word to me, Mom? And I was like, son? And then we just sat looking in the mirror, we're like, but look at this. Like, he's got my teeth, he's got my nose, he's got, like, it's insane. Even my parents are like, what the hell? My dad's like eyeballing my mom sideways. Like,
I mean, it looks like he was created from the both of you.
Did you have this, son? Yeah. No, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty uncanny. The casting director gets a gold star.
You know what? And not just the casting director, obviously the producers for finding such an amazing human being, but also Shannon for being so inventful. He was like, I watched the show and I decided to dye my hair blonde just for the audition. I was like, oh, that's a ballsy move, dude. It was like, I would be like, do they have bleach and spade? So he dyed his hair blonde to play our son in the audition, and he got it.
Wow.
It's pretty smart. So smart on all fronts. Yeah.
Paid off.
But then that asshole took my job. I'm joking. For those of you who are just meeting me at this con, I hope you realize a little bit of a sarcastic prick. A little bit, a lot of it.
Yeah, there's some salt. We all have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter at all.
No. I mean, I think I can speak on behalf of every fan who was a Harper fan that I feel like we were robbed of most. I mean, even if there was one scene before Harper died, it would have given, I think, people more closure. Probably you give us a little more insight into your son. I mean, or what he could be. Yeah. I mean, when you read the script, you're like, "Where's my scene?"
Yeah. It was interesting. Sorry, before I forget, the parents of the baby that we cast walked on set, and once again, I was like. It was like Monty and Harper lookalikes. I was like, this is nuts. It was like an Asian father and a white blonde female mother, obviously female mother, and it was just like looked like us. We're like, this is weird. Let's see the baby. So that was a side note.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the?
Well, just like, do you feel like you were maybe robbed, and the fans certainly did?
I don't feel I was robbed because at first. I truly, and I know it sounds like a joke, but it is true, I love to die. Like, it sounds like a joke, but it's something I really loved doing. It's, I've had depression the large majority of my life, and it's something I can really feel close to, in touch with, not afraid of, something that I hope to bring people closer to the topic. So I'm comfortable with it. That being said, I also love horror movies. And it's the 100. I'm like, people are getting decapitated. I just die off screen. Like, give me something, dude.
Right.
But after that initial selfish thought, no, I think it was really beautiful, and it was totally unique that they got to choose love and themselves and their own goals and die peacefully and not be decapitated. I don't know if there's any Office fans here, but I always think about it like his kappa was detained from his head. And I was anyway. So no. I mean, would I have loved more screen time? Obs, but no, I'm okay with it.
I would just have to say, and I think, again, I speak for everyone. That last scene of season 5 was absolutely incredible and beautiful. Thank you for that. And I think that it touched. It was so unexpected and beautiful.
Oh, I know. Well, I was doing the scene. Well, we were dying. We were all crying. Dean White, our producer, he was a big, burly, handsome, strong man. I've never seen this man like this. And he was just like, everyone was crying. Wow. Bob and Eliza weren't even in the scene yet. They were in the background, just like crying. I like just met Shannon a day earlier, and he's sobbing. It was really emotional. But it's the first time in my career, usually for an actor it's like, okay, what makes me sad? Think of a sad moment so I can cry in this scene. But it was the first time ever in my career, and I've done a lot of crying on camera, as you saw, where it was like, okay, now don't cry. It was like, don't cry. Just do the scene justice, and don't be like, oh, look at me, I'm an actor and I'm crying. But it took a lot of work to stop myself from crying, and I really chalk that up to Dina and Jason. I must have been overacting because it feels like such a monumental scene for myself, knowing it's the end. But of course, at that moment, Harper, the character, would not have known it was her final scene. Right. And Dean just looked at me and was like, just be easy with it. Like, just, you got it? Now stop it. Put it aside. And I was like, I just did nothing. I'm good at doing nothing. I like napping.
I just, rather than talking about it, let's talk about Harper's life. I think it should be celebrated. I think it was, you brought more to Harper than any of us could have possibly imagined when season 1 we saw the headband, and from there, it is, I think that Harper really, really resonated with a lot of people, her emotion, her real emotion. A lot of times on The 100 they didn't spend time on emotion. And I feel like through you were sort of us, you know, and you've openly talked about, you know, that some facing some personal challenges, and you brought a lot of your personal struggles to your character.
I did, yeah. I actually totally forgot about this till I dreamt about it last week, but I remember there was a scene I was filming, it was in that clip when Harper had given up and was telling Monty to go on, and she was laying down on her side in bed, and I tweeted, hey you guys, I'm filming something pretty gnarly for myself today. Why don't you, because I believe in energy and all that hippie shit, why don't you send me your vibes, like send me what's hurting you right now, and send me what you want expressed on screen, and let me bear that weight for you, and let's see how it looks when it comes out. And the responses were overwhelming and amazing and cool. We've got the coolest fans of the show. You guys are so fun. And Marzi Almas, our director, just said, once again, just take your time and do your thing. And she let me just have the space to do what I do. And if I'm in those moments and I feel like I can't even move, you're just so sad and so shut down, it's hard to make that interesting. Like Eliza was saying, if you were in the girls' panel today, she said, the first, 20 minutes of season 5 was just all Clark. And she was like, is anyone gonna wanna watch this? To which we all go, hell yeah. But I was like, I don't know if that's interesting to watch, someone who's just entirely given up. I don't know, but I had to trust the process, the people behind the camera, and I took the pain that was sent to me, and I think it really turned out cool. It turned out the way I feel when I'm in those moments. I was like, oh damn, that girl needs some ice cream.
Speaking of that, what flavor would Harper be? That's been a common question.
She's a rocky road, man.
See, there we go.
There's a lot going on.
We've been doing it with everyone today. Ice cream, yeah.
Oh, what was Bellamy? And why did I do the Bellamy voice when I said, like, what is Bellamy? What was Bellamy? Chucky standing
passion fruit. Wait, but you like this? Clark is Neapolitan because she likes everything, both sides.
I like that.
Yeah, she's vanilla
she's
in the
a cup
middle.
or a cone. You just let it sink in. Hashtag witty jokes.
Witty jokes. Oh my god. Okay. If you guys want to start lining up, if you guys want to start lining up over there for questions, this is your con. Let's do it. One last question from the internet. At Expect Decker, what is one thing that you miss from being on this set? Do you have any idea how much your fans love you? That's part 2. And what is the one thing you want fans to remember Harper as? That's 3 parts, sorry.
A lover.
Oh.
Truly, because we joke, like, let's say Clark loves the water, has a lot of lovers, that we said something in the panel earlier. But she fell in love and she wasn't afraid of love, and she wasn't afraid to lose it, and she wasn't afraid to lose for it. And I think in my opinion, because I'm a huge fan of the show, I will continue to watch the show, I totally love the show. I see a lot of couples fall apart, or one person passes on, or one person sacrifices themselves, or gives up on love, or is forced to give up on love. And Harper could have been forced to give up on love, and she didn't. She gave up truly on life for love, and I think that's a cool thing. Part 2, that's very sweet about the fans. Part 1 was what we're going back.
What do you miss about being on set?
Oh, the food. No, seriously. Yeah. No, you grow to be a family, of course. You're half a decade on a show in a certain role with all these people that you spend all your time and energy with, and then we now travel the world together, of course, so to be without them it's rough. And when I see them on set, I'm like, I got FOMO. Fear of Marburing out.
Aww.
I just made that up, that's
That was
good.
pretty good. Let's high five on that one, that was good.
Thanks.
Okay, so, we have some questions. That's my twin, that's the other Joe over there.
Yes,
Oh, hey, it's on, all right.
So first off, this is a two-parter question without any context. 300 characters.
3 what, sorry?
Three characters from the show.
Also, my brain just went to all the ships. I'm like, Klexa, Beller. I was like, a Roan, and Anya. Holy shit, that's a throwback. Oh wait, that's Anya. Hey, you guys made me doubt me.
Anya.
Oh, Anya.
So Rowan, Anya, and what's the third one?
Let's do Clark.
All right. So yeah, there's no children in here, and We've kind of like been known to be a little bit of a dirty bird.
I have.
Bang, marry, kill of those three.
What, sorry?
Fuck, marry, kill of those three.
Wow, Joe.
This is perhaps one of my favorite questions ever. Okay, what did I even say? Anya, Clark, and Rowan. Huh.
Wow.
Wow. Make love, marry, kill.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Love. Tenderly.
Because Harper only does that when
Yes.
Lindsay Morgan walks in. And my answering is Harper. I'm answering as Harper.
Or is Chelsey?
No, not Chelsey. We're not getting there. Nice try. As Harper. Okay, she'd probably kill Anya.
Yep.
She barely knew her, if at all. Screw that bitch. She would marry Clark. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Thanks.
Because it's longer than an F sesh.
And she's Neapolitan, so she'd be down.
Yeah. Harper'd be down too.
Excellent. That's a fun one.
Stop.
So Chelsey, I don't know if you still love Flamin' Hot Cheetos. If you do, what flavored chip would you give the characters?
Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys heard the question is, do I still have flaming hot Cheetos? And the answer is a resounding yes. I actually saw someone online had Cheeto finger condoms, like these little things so you don't get the orange on your fingers. And I was like, that is so ridiculous. You just like peel them up. You're like, no, my Cheetos.
I got nothing to that.
I feel like Bob, for some, or Bellamy's a ruffle. Like, just there's like levels to that. Clark is a salty one. And she just is. That like grumpy cat face. And Monty would be a sour cream and onion because he's creamy, really cute. Yeah, okay. That's good. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, first of all, I made that video that played at the beginning, so I was really
Yay! Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You never said that when we were talking like 10 minutes ago.
No, I didn't think it was gonna like get played, so I was like,
What?
oh my gosh.
Everyone submitted, so.
Oh, sweet, congrats. Okay, can you send that to me?
Yes.
Okay, sweet, okay.
Okay, so I'm just curious, like, more about your dance background and all that.
You mean like this?
Pretty much.
Last pedal of the day.
Yeah, so I grew up being a dancer. I started when I was 2 or 3, like just even good toes, bad toes. I trained in Giacchetti style ballet, which is quite a rare form. I can't speak for the rest of the world, but in Canada, I think only a handful, like 3 schools teach it across the country. It's quite a technical form versus like a ballet. It's just right down to the sinewy movements. I was very heavily into it. I was doing, I don't know, 50 hours a week of dance. And then in grade 6, I was recruited by Disneyland to work as a professional dancer in Disneyland. And my mom put her job on hold and came with me to Disneyland. And I danced in Disneyland, which was a dream come true for a grade 6 girl. I was like, oh my God. And I was dancing in the parade and had professional dances on stage. And I remember the first time I met Cinderella in the back. I hope this never gets to Disneyland. I hope the story never gets back to Disneyland. In the back, and she's so pretty and elegant in this gown, and she took this like mascara thing off, and she's like, somebody give me a fucking cigarette. And I was like, oh, why? And I haven't danced since. No. And then, yeah, I don't know, it just took off from there. Every jazz, ballet, Giacchetti, modern, hip-hop, Bollywood. Never tap, though. I don't know.
What's your favorite style?
Modern. Yeah, and the Jameson dance floor shuffle.
Well, you're really good.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I know he's not your real son, but Shannon Cook dances too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, that's also what Harper passed along.
Exactly.
Oh, I wish Harper and Monty had like a dance scene, a slow dance. I know. One time I was out to dinner with Chris in the middle of this bougie steak restaurant in Vancouver, and he was like, may I? And I was like, may you what? He's like, may I? And I was like, pass me the salt. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, come. In the middle of a restaurant, all these like businessmen, it's like 8 o'clock at night, solid wood panels, smoky like bar, and he just stood up and slow danced with me, and it was so sweet. I know. And then I sat down. It was right when we found out we were going to die, and I was like, oh. And so then he took. We had our diaries out. We were running live, and he took my diary and he wrote something in it, and he passed it to me, and he said, like, this has been a wild ride, dude. Don't read this now, but but read this when the time's right. I was like, oh my God. So I opened it, and it was a picture of a stapler. I'm not lying, he drew a stapler. That's his parting gift to me, like that.
That was space. I got you a stapler.
Yeah, I got you a stapler.
That's a good story.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for being here.
I wanted to know if you could craft, considering all your background, your talents, and your interests, if you could craft the perfect vehicle for you to star in, what would it be?
Ooh, okay. Hannah meets, like the movie, like what kind of
Like what kind of
genre?
TV show?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so like Hannah meets Kill Bill meets Sopranos meets something where I get to eat a lot. All in one. So like a physical genre that's just a total roller coaster. I just like to take the audience for a ride. I like to make people go to places that freak them out. You're like, oh my God, this is hard to watch, or I can't watch this, or I can't imagine doing it. I want to do all those things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you ever played a quote bad guy? That'd be really interesting.
Oh, that's an interesting question. I'm gonna write it now. Just when you're joking, I'm gonna write it now. Yeah. Just me like Dr. Evil with a hairless cat.
Hello. Since I know you're an Alberta girl, recently become one of my favorite places to travel. So I'm just wondering where your favorite places in Alberta are, and like hike-wise and mountains, what are your favorite to go to?
Oh, wow, interesting question. Banff has this really ridiculous pizza restaurant. Rocky Mountain Pizza something company.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
It's like right at Canmore, like right up
Yes?
there. Yeah.
What?
So
Did
good.
we just become best friends? Yeah, I think Banff. I really love the River Valley in Edmonton, but I'm from Edmonton, so it's got a piece of my heart. I love the Chinooks in Calgary. I love the mountain views in Calgary. Oh yeah, Ashley's from Calgary. She's like, oh my God. Yeah, I would say those would be my top three. Thanks. This is a place in Canada.
So I'm really sad that we didn't get more Harper in season 5, and I loved her throughout the show. So I'm really wondering if you could have Harper go through any other character's story arc, what would it be?
Octavia, always Octavia.
Wow.
Like, what the hell happened there? We are eating people now? Blood Draina's like, this shit went down. I love it.
Terrifying.
Yeah. So literally from she was beneath the floor to that, she just, I don't know, it's just such a cool arc for me to see. Plus, her character's still alive. Or not.
Hello. So first of all, thank you for portraying Harper. As you know, she means the world to me, and I just wanted to say that it was the first time that I ever found a character where I resonated with so deeply. So thank you so much for that. Second of all, other than Benchwarmers and Narco Lead, do you have any other projects coming up?
So thank you, Ashley. You're always my homegirl. Literally, Alberta. I just starred in the season finale of Van Helsing.
Yes.
Yes. I almost spoiled that right there. What else do I have? Honestly, Van Helsing. I've been auditioning a lot. Oh yeah, of course I do. I've got a ton of movies coming up. I just haven't thought about. I actually just finished a Hallmark movie in which I played a character named Harper. I texted that to Chris. He was like, "Are those producers taking the piss out of you?" What? So that was kind of funny. You may have seen on my Instagram. I was like, "What is this?" And I posted it, and I got a message from certain people, and they're like, that looks like you're on the set of The 100, and I can neither confirm nor deny that you are. You gotta take that down. And I'm like, just because I'm in a trailer that says Harper? No, man, you can't say that. I was like, ooh. I got shit coming out, Ashley.
Okay. Thank you, and I'll never be Harper McIntyre of your shit.
Ditto.
So, hey, yeah, I'm the lady with about the names, so yeah, I'm back on names again. So with Harper, your name means
Harp, which would be angelic almost, meaning a herald. Okay, and which is like a guardian angel. And then you have Monty, who means mountain, but at the same time, when you go to Canada, who protects you, but the Mounties. And how both of your names actually protect people, and how you protected everybody on their journey to the new world that they went to. And ironically, my question has nothing to do with that, I just wanted to do my name thing.
Whoa to that, by the way. You know that mind blown emoji?
My question is the scene when you guys were at the farm, when Monty had his wonderful algae, and you were showing Octavia. Did you realize, or did the producers tell you that you were truly recreating the Adam and Eve scene of when Octavia plucks the flower, she really is plucking an apple?
No, that was never discussed. Damn, I need to write some essays.
And my second question to this part was, what was the art direction the director gave you guys during that scene?
So the art direction, like
the director was telling you how to do that.
How to act, you mean?
Yeah, acting. Like, what was he directing you guys?
They don't really tell you how to act. At that point, you're like, I've been this character for 5 seasons, but they tell you act better. I think it was pretty clear to us. It was very clear to Harper, at least, that Octavia was a threat. This was not going to go well, and that very soon a big decision was going to have to be made. So at least for me, that was important to show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
My question, but since you mentioned Octavia, I kind of wish it was emphasized more in season 5 how Harper could have been like a sister figure to Bellamy and been Octavia's foil, like the good sister versus the bad sister. And
I'll take it.
Yeah. And oh my God, what was my question? Oh yeah, okay, so it's about the end of season 5 because that just made me break down into tears like I've never cried before. And I think
You're welcome.
yeah, it's really good. Oh yeah. So I thought it was really cute how Monty showed like baby Jordan to everyone because it's like I have a niece who's just like turning 1 this month, and we've been FaceTiming with her all the time. And while I'm in this panel and it's like we're talking about this, I just realized that it's like Harper doesn't appear in the videos by herself. It's like she's always with Monty. So if you got the chance to like do a solo video message to Bellamy and Clark, or just to one of them, either with or without, like, you know, a little baby Jordan on your lap, what do you think you would say? Ooh. Your unique message to Bellamy and Clark is Harper. That's a good one.
That is such a good question.
Yeah.
Wow. Just to touch on that child thing, it was so cute because Chris was so deathly afraid to hold that baby. The parents were like watching, and Chris because Chris couldn't just like hold it like a baby. He had to do this like, look,
Simba.
Yeah, Simba, and just like. And then the cut was like, take it. Take it now. He was not having it. I wanted to respect Chris in those scenes by not being on set because I wanted him to imagine as if Harper were gone.
Okay.
But I watched from Video Village, so like I wasn't physically there. Sorry, Video Village is back where the directors watch behind the TV screen, so that's how I knew he was like, dang it. He just wasn't having it. The interesting thing is Monty chose to die, and Harper died of natural causes.
Mm-hmm.
So her message would have been different. I think when Monty's like, I'm going to save everyone now and leave you, my son.
Mm-hmm.
His message is much more important than my last message would have been like, I don't know, like, miss you guys. Do you know what I mean? Like she didn't know,
Yeah.
She wouldn't have known it would have been like her last message.
Well, I guess to make it a little bit more specific, it's like, so she becomes a mother and she saw how it's like Clark had been taking care of Maddie. So do you think she would have said something like, oh, I understand why you're like this? No, not to the extreme, but like,
Love
you know,
that
why
made
she's
people
so
laugh. Drama.
Sorry.
No, don't say sorry, God. What do you think he would say you're like this about? Like, no, I'm asking you.
Oh.
Like, what was Clark like with Maddie? That, like, protective, you mean? Or
Yeah, because even though, I mean, I think they're close enough in age, they could have just been sisters instead
Oh,
of
right,
mother
okay,
and
so you're
daughter,
saying-
but
okay.
it's like that attachment to
Yeah.
someone who's younger than you.
I think, no, because it's, Monty's now a single parent raised from birth with this child. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's, how do I explain what I'm trying to say? I watched Tassia try to explain herself today, and I was like, she's not doing well. And now I'm here with no one to save me. No, I just feel like, no, I don't think those relationships relate at all. I think Monty had his own special experience, and we've never really seen Monty be able to keep things. His mother's gone, things are gone, Jasper's gone, Harper's gone. And so it would just be something entirely different. I don't think he would say, I understand now, Clark, that why you are the way you are.
No, would Harper say that? That's what I was trying to ask.
Okay, sorry. In the interest of time, I'm sorry we have to move on, but thank you for trying.
Yeah,
it's not your fault.
That went
it's not
well.
Your fault.
Get at me after. Let's talk about this. Hi.
Hi. So I'm pretty sad that we never really got a backstory for Harper. So my question is, what do you think she did to get on the dropship?
Sorry for those of you who've heard this answer, but it's not an answer that won't change. Thank you for that question. And I always think it's something to do with love. Because as I said, she's such a lover. No, don't, I'm not done yet. I feel like she is someone for love. Like some kind of, she was done wrong by and just took him out. You sadistic. Your reaction, I was like, oh, you're like, I just think, yeah, it's something to do with love and jealousy and passion. And then she grew up. Yeah.
See, I think it would have been an accident, so she meant to maybe hurt someone.
I'll let you think that.
Okay, great.
Hi. So my question is that we know we don't get a lot of peaceful, happy deaths on the 100 at all. And Harper and Monty's, they kind of got to go out in their own way. They got to have a child and kind of live on their own. But unfortunately, Harper did end up dying. Monty ended up dying. Would you go back and change it in any way where they could end up going into cryo and living? Because I know obviously to stay on the show, but then having to die like a horrible, brutal death instead.
Okay, so there's a difference between surviving in cryo and also Cairo. Crack my back, doctor.
It's a long day.
Cryo and having a brutal death. But if those meant the same, like if they would have stayed alive and it had meant then a brutal death?
And then they would die, yeah, exactly.
Okay, no, I think I hands down would have chosen what had happened. Yeah, hands down.
Good
Thank
choice.
you.
Yeah. And then I'd find a chiropractor.
You were laying down for 100 years. So.
Hi. Hi. So even the most perfect couple, which is what I think Monty and Harper are, they, in reality, they have their fights. So you guys were alone all that time in space. What do you imagine your characters like would fight about that are just like the most mundane couple fights?
Eating that algae. Nice shirt, by the way. Yeah, I think just, it's so funny because I did this character breakdown of how Harper would feel about every character that she interacts with, good and bad. And the bad call Monty, that's that shit, you're like, Mom, I don't know if I should date this guy anymore. He's really nitpicky. Like, he's just like, I don't know, this is like, he would have these little tiny, he's a rule follower, and she is not. And so I feel like that kind of shit would be like, the world is done, we're the only two alive, you do not need to reset the clock, or like any kind of little tiny rule that would drive her bonkers.
Thank you.
But I loved him. Thanks.
What dinosaurs would you choose for the characters?
What? I'm sorry, you laughed all the way through that? I'm so intrigued. What? With the what? Well, I can't tell if you're nervous or laughing at yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, you're laughing at yourself.
Yeah. Like, what dinosaurs would you choose for the character?
Okay, I talked about this at breakfast today. I recently learned that T-Rexes had feathers. Right? Google that shit. I feel like Lexa is a feathery T-Rex. She's like so unique and strong, but also so passionate and delicate. I don't know, she was just like, rode this like beautiful line of playing warrior, but then in Clark's presence was able to let her guard down. That's a weirdly intricate answer I just found inside of me.
I'm gonna dig it.
Rest in peace. But I think Monty's a brontosaurus. I'm sorry. He's a Montosaurus. Nice. I like that. And Harper would have been a Triceratops. Why do I know so many dinosaurs? That's a good question. She's just very hard-headed and just like gets shit done. Does anyone notice that Triceratops, were they vegetarians?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, she's not that shit. Wow, you meet us. Hi. Hi.
So, what did Monty do with Harper's body?
That's a specific question.
And what do you think he did with himself?
That was a spaceship.
What? Yeah, that's exactly. And what do you think he did with himself?
And what did he
do with himself?
Also love that you guys fell for that trick. Chris and I have talked about this, like, what the hell?
I think he floated her.
Yeah,
That's
that was
what
what
we're
that.
thinking.
I think he floated her too. It's their way.
So did he float himself?
I think so, because he's quite a tech, for way lack of a better term, geek. Yeah, it's a tech geek, and he would have organized that. He wouldn't have wanted his son to grow up and find that. So he was able to leave memories of himself with video. But I believe he floated himself as well to be with Harper.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
All right.
I love that, you know, you're with the 100, we're like, what did you do with the dead bodies? And Joe's like, oh, that's very sweet.
No, the question was, what did you do with the body? It wasn't even the dead body. I was like, what do you mean? Like, but no, there's a question earlier, we're like, so to Tazio, it was like, well, grounders don't have implants, so where are all the grounder babies? Like, that was a question.
I thought you could say grounder boobies.
Well, the implants,
I don't have implants. I was like, we don't
Sorry,
know
I meant, you know, anti-baby.
Interesting.
So yeah, we're going there. It's the last panel of the day.
The 100.
All right, go ahead, again.
All right, so this is actually a different question because no one's talked about your the wigs as you guys got older in the time lapse, and the wigs.
I was like, Jesus. No one's talked about the weight you gained.
So we're because Chris.
No, it's so cute.
Yeah, Chris is like they gave him like 2, and then people are like, why does his hair get so long? I'm like, oh, I bet Harper cut it for him, and so that's the reason. Okay, I wanted to know.
Plus, also, this is a dead true story, and not me tooting my own horn. Also, it's kind of the opposite. But Chris was like, dude, you are hot when you're old. He was like, honestly, like you're all right now. But my God, call me in 40 years. And I'm not lying. He said that. He was like, every time I walked through him, he was like.
So what was your reaction to seeing him? It's like 80 years old.
It was a heartbreak. I just couldn't. And he would do this thing, so his final take, he had the long hair, called the Fu Manchu. He just like had this like long white hair, and he'd come in and sit, look at the camera, and I'm like, oh, I was like snotting. Bubbles are coming out. No, we were just so sad. But he stayed in his own zone where everyone's moving around him, and the lights are changing, and the angles, and the lens, and he just put his music in. And I still to this day have never asked him what he was listening to. I'm gonna ask him. I'll get back to you guys on this. But he just sat there, kind of just rocking. His shit's moving around him. They're like, okay, and action. And he's like, okay. Takes his earphones out, and they're like, and action. And the only thing you'd see on camera, because it's set up over here in the chair, is Chris right now. But he would be like, he took like 3 minutes to get from here to there. And like,
it's getting into character.
No, I'm not. And he'd do this sound like, oh. Like you're laughing, but imagine crying during that. You're like, oh my God, is Chris old? And they're like, any cut? He's like, yeah, but seriously, Chelsey, you look hot.
Thank you very much. I really hope he can come next year.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Your Boston's kicking my ass though, guys. You guys are way too much fun here. Oh yeah. Hi.
All right, so I have a comment and a question. The comment is, I've seen other fans of the show, actors on the show talk about this. They even talked about it at Uni Days about Ian having the best hair on the 100. I actually have to say I think you have the best hair on the 100. display today. So whatever Harper did to take care of her hair, where it always looked perfect through every apocalypse and battle.
It was a little silly, right? When I met up with thank you. But when I met up with everyone in season 5, because the other, let's say half of the people were underground with Octavia, I had not seen them all season until we met up in the desert. And I'm like, everyone looks like shit. And I look like a Gap model. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. Everyone's like in their fatigues and blood and dirt. I'm like, I have a jean jacket and my coif. I'm like, oh, damn it. Thanks. Yeah. What's your question?
It's true. My question is, I know we've spoken a lot about you and working with Chris, but another actor you worked a lot with is Devin. And I was wondering if you could share anything about what it was like to work with him.
I think he's truly a genius. Like, other level, mentally. Genius. Like, he's funny and sarcastic and everything we see, but I think there's really something working in there. And it was really interesting to film, I'm just trying to not make this a trigger warning, really interesting to film the traumatic end of his character, which we had to then change. Which you guys may or may not have heard about. We had to change, and it was just so gut-wrenching to watch, which tells me that's a fantastic actor, but it's hard to watch. Yeah.
Well, thank you, and thank you for being such a part of the, community.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Thanks for the hair compliments. It's dry shampoo.
First of all, I just want to say I love you and thank you for being here today.
Aww.
So obviously anyone can't spoil anything of season 6. Did they have to keep everything from you as well?
Well, that's assuming I'm not in it.
Hashtag Ghost Harper.
Hashtag season 6 is a musical. Hello, my baby. That's just me to Shannon. Hello, my baby.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I rarely render you speechless, and you had nothing there.
I was trying to visualize it.
Hello, my man. Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I know things. I will say, like, that's the face we all make, eh? When we want to tell you guys something so badly and we can't do it. I was talking to someone on the cast about some things, and I was like, okay, yeah, but I got a question for, like, okay, so I definitely don't know what happens in the finale. Like, I don't even know. And I was like, but does someone die? And they're like, I'm not saying anything. Like, what? I'm not gonna spoil it. Like, you have to tell me. And they're like, well, you can ask. I'm not gonna be the one to tell you. And I still don't know. I just know now. I'm not asking either. Like, I don't want to know. Because for the first time ever, I get to sit and watch it without knowing. Like, I get to be on this cool roller coaster. So come the end, I'm like, what is going on? And I know I'm gonna watch it every week, without a doubt. I'll be back on Twitter, and my family watches it. My mom messages me after every episode. She's like, why did Clark do that? We're like, go Clark! It's often Clark related. So I finally get to, for the first time ever, watch the show without being on it, because I started in season 1, so it wasn't released. I mean, the episode, I guess I didn't start till episode 10, but the show wasn't out yet. So I can guarantee you shit goes down. And I've been led to believe, like, it's the season. I mean, we say that every season, but it really does get like.
So it's epic, is what you're saying?
It's gonna be 100% epic.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Epic. I'm gonna have some screening parties with them. No, totally. I'm like, let's watch this week, and I'll be so excited because I don't know it.
Yeah, it'd be fun for them to watch you react.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm I'm quite a reactionary individual, if you can't tell.
Shocking. That's shocking.
No, I'm quite calm. No, you neither, Krista. I don't.
Well, hey, you know what? Thank you to Chelsey for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. And this is the last panel of Saturday, but there's a party open to everyone at 8 p.m.
Wait, you don't get to leave yet.
Wait, Chelsea's
nice
gonna
try.
I
have to make people on Instagram believe I have friends. So I'm just gonna throw y'all up. I guess I'll start one side and pan and just do whatever you want. I'm gonna start with me, looking like I'm here alone.
This is the Chelsey Reist panel.
This is the Chelsey Reist panel. Woo, one person came.
Oh, hi, welcome, Chelsey Reist.
Just joking.
Yes. That's awesome. I mean, everything that was